Hey word nerds, Kate here, and welcome to Kate's Writing Corner, the part of the show where Kate comes out and answers questions about writing. I decided to start making these videos as a way to answer common questions that people have about being a writer. Now obviously I don't have any of those questions yet, but please leave them below in the comments if you have them. So I thought I'd start out with one of the questions I hear the most. That question is, how often do I need to write, and what do I do if I'm busy? Like I said, this is a question I hear a lot, not usually directed at me, but anytime I've been at a writer's conference or the classes I took in college, this always seems to come up. Writing isn't really a full-time job, and so most people are trying to find time in their daily lives to write, and it's not easy. There's not really a clear answer to this question. Every writer has a different answer, and all of them are equally valid, but they're not all a good fit for everyone. I know some writers who have said, write every day without exception, no vacations, no breaks. And I really admire their perseverance in that, but that's not something I personally have ever been able to do. I think the most consistently I've ever written was about 2 months right around National Novel Writing Month. I was writing just about every day, and it was really hard. Obviously, I was trying to do a really big word count in that amount of time, and that's not something that everyone recommends. I've personally found that if I try to make myself write on the same project every day, it leads to burnout really quickly, and so I just can't commit to that. If I instead pull back and work on a project maybe 2 or 3 times a week, or work on a couple different projects alternating every day, then I'm a little more inspired. But that's not to say there's no benefit in pushing yourself when you don't feel like writing, because there absolutely is. However, you need to learn to balance that and not push too far. There's a difference between making yourself write through a section that you might be a little bit stuck on versus forcing words out when nothing is making sense and you'll just have to come back and delete it all later. Something that I did discover during NaNoWriMo was the importance of taking breaks in your writing, and I don't mean write one day, take the next day off. I mean, in your writing session, however long you have that scheduled for, take a quick 5-minute break, 10-minute break, go walk around the house or say hello to someone. Just give your brain a chance to settle in a little bit and reset. You're really pushing your creativity when you sit down and write, especially for a long time, and so giving your brain a little bit of a break every now and then will really help you in the long run. It really comes down to finding what works best for you. Are you someone who can sit down and write a quick 200 words every day? Or are you someone that maybe has to schedule 3 or 4 hours within a week where you can sit down and write longer amounts? I also have an opinion that I've never really seen come up with other writers, but I feel very strongly about. I feel that if you spend time talking about your project with someone else, bouncing ideas off of them, to me that's just as valuable as time spent at a computer writing it. Another way to break up your designated writing time is to spend a little bit of time researching. It will still be helpful in the long run, and it will, again, give your brain a break from trying to be so consistently creative. So in a nutshell, how often should you write? Well, you need to experiment and find out what works best for you. It's different for everyone. So there you have it, our first installment of Kate's Writing Corner. If you're interested in more of my words, you can check out the link below to my website, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Kate G. Jameson. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer here on my videos, leave them below in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and you will see me next time, word nerds!